good afternoon, everyone. As Danielle mentioned, I'm Dailenis. Happy to be here and walk you through the Vitalpay setup process. Today, we're going to learn not only how to set up the Vitalpay account, but also how to withdraw funds and add banking details and all the information. At the end of the presentation, we'll open the floor for questions. And we were happy to answer any concerns, any questions. So VitaPay, how this process starts. As Danielle was mentioning, the process starts on Vital Health side when you qualify for the account creation process. And then as soon as the account is created, then you will receive a registration email. The registration email will look like this. It will contain the activation link for your VitalPay account along with the username and password for you to log in into your account. It's very important that you always keep this username written down because that's going to be your username and it's not going to change. The password that you will receive on that registration email is a temporary password. So once you log in, you should be able to change it, create like something easier to remember for you. And then you will continue using that password that you are going to create after the first login. So to start this process, I'm going to recreate this registration process. So the first step is you're going to click on that link that you will receive on the email. And you will see the message that your account has been activated. And then to continue with the process, of course, you have to click on continue. The next step is going to be the username and the password. As I mentioned, you will have that information in your email. Just to make sure you are entering the correct password, you are going to copy and paste that password into the page and click on login. Once you click on login, the first step will be watch a short video. That video will show you guys step by step on how to complete the setup process. If you don't want to watch the video, that's not a problem. You can click on close and the video will stay here in case that you want to go back to it. The first step of this setup account process are going to be the identity information. Here you will see all the information that VitaHealth provided to us. And then the additional information that you don't see there, you have to change. You can go through this process in this page. Of course, the first step is going to be your first and last name. It is really important that in these fields, you add your legal name. Sometimes we have like long names and we go by nicknames, but that's not the information we have to add here. It is important that the information, the name that we add here match exactly with our legal document, our passport, our identity cards, driver license, etc. Because later on, these information it's going to be validated and it has to match our documentation. So in this case, let's say that for some reason our last name is incorrect. As per the settings that we have initially set up with VitaHealth, that field is locked just to make sure that both systems, VitaPay and VitaHealth, keep the same information in records. But if your last name is incorrect, it's not a problem. You can always reach out to VitalPay support team and just request them to have your last name updated. In that case, and from our side, the process that we'll follow is we will escalate these requests to VitaHealth support team. And once we get the approval, then we'll go through the update process. And then after that, then of course your account will be validated. You have to select the gender, your date of birth, your address, phone number, email address, the country of citizenship, and the email language. What this means is like we constantly send you notifications about commissions received, payouts, or transfers initiated. We're going to send you notifications if your account is inactive, if there's any changes on your account information. So it's important that the language of your notifications is the language of your preference. By default, it's going to be English, of course, but then you can always select within the menu the language of your choice. Once you complete this process, then you click on continue, and the next step is going to be the identification process. In the case of United States, you are going to provide a social security number, ITIN, or ITIN. And then once you provide this information, the next step is going to be, if you have a business, then you will add your business name and the EIN number or tax ID for your business. The business side, it's completely optional. It's just if you own that business or you're partial owner of that business, it is important that you add the legal name of the business, the EIN number, tax ID, because that information is going to be validated as well based on IRS records, which is the tax institution or organization within the US. And you are going to be required to provide a documentation as well for your business. What type of document you will be required to provide for your business? That would be either article of incorporation or the IRS confirmation letter with your business name and EIN number, or your certificate of incorporation. That depends on the state that you register your business. Okay. But in general, if you're register yourself as an individual, then you just need to add your social security number. Social security number or ITIN number, which is only digits, 9 digits, no spaces, no dash, and then you continue with the process. You have to click, you consent to receive an electronic copy of the 1099 form, which is a tax form that is issued for US residents, and then you continue. The last page of this process is going to be your transaction PIN and security questions. The transaction PIN, just like the PIN for your debit card, it's really important because that keeps your account safe. What number is this? It's a 4-digit number that you want to create. It is important to always keep these numbers safe, and you write down this number so you can easily remember or go to if you don't remember, because every time you're going to transfer funds out of your account, you are going to need to enter the profiles. You are going to be required to enter the transaction PIN. And transaction PIN will be the following 6 questions to be able to reset it. So you're going to proceed to create your transaction PIN, again, 4 to 6 digits, numbers only, and you confirm the PIN twice, and then you proceed to answer the security questions. There are 3 different questions, and you have to enter 3 different answers. Again, the answers, it's important that you write them down, the questions that you selected along with the answers that you entered. Because later on, as I mentioned, if you forget the password or you forget the PIN, by answering one of these questions, you'll be able to reset it and create to answer security questions. If you do not like those questions, there's a full menu of different questions that you can select. So you're going to select the question of your preference. And once you do that, you click on continue, and that's it. The last page is just for you to verify that all the information that you have provided is correct. And you can also click on the fee schedule, terms and conditions, privacy policy. All that information is also at the bottom of this page. If you have to make any updates, you can always go back, or if everything is correct, you can confirm. It is important for you to know that this is the time for you to make the changes in your account that needs to be made. After you click on confirmation, any changes that you will need to make will need to be supported by documentation, and you will need to reach out to our support team to request that change. So after we review this information, we click on confirm, and that's it. The setup process has been completed. Now, the next step is just providing identity documents. What are these documents that we'll need to provide in the case of the US? We will need to provide a copy of our government ID. When I say government ID, that means a copy of my passport or a copy of my driver license or my identity card. How do I submit the documents to Vitalpay? There are two ways of sending the documents to us. The first is by clicking within this square. You click here, and then you select the document where you have it saved. Let's say that you have the documents on your downloads folder. And then you're going to select the document where you have it saved in your computer. You click on open, and once you have it here, you click on upload document. Once you do that, you will receive a confirmation in green on the top of the page, meaning that Vitalpay support team has already received the document, and they're going to proceed to verify that document. After that, you just need to wait, and you will get a confirmation email letting you know that your documents have been validated and you have full access to your account. So the other way that you can also send us the documents is via email. What is the email address of our support team? You will have it right there on the page. Our email address is vitalpay@globallywallet.com. This is really important what I'm going to say. To send us email, you must send the email from the email address registered to your account. Even if, let's say, Danielle and I are friends, and I say, Danielle, I need to submit to Vitalpay my identity card. Can you do it for me? Can you do that for me because I'm busy? I don't have time to do it. And Danielle is going to get a copy of my ID, and he's going to send it to Vitalpay through his email. Well, what happened with that is like Vitalpay will not receive it. Why? Because Danielle's email is not registered to your account. So Vitalpay support team will never get your document. So it is important that if you're going to send us any communication or any documents, you always need to send them from the email address that you have registered to your account. And our support email is vitalpay@globallywallet.com. Then once we submit a copy of the front of ID, we have to do the same thing with the back of the ID. We're going to do the same process. It's basically, we're going to select the document where we have it saved it in our computer, and we're going to click on upload document. As you can see, we have the confirmation that the document has been received. Now, I do have now the option to send a proof of address. This is not a requirement that it's for everyone. I specifically get this requirement right now because as this is a demo account, I just added a fake social security number. And the system knows that this is not valid. So that's why the platform is asking me for a proof of address. But if when you are submitting your information, the system is able to automatically validate the information, social security number versus your first, last name, and all your information according to public records, you will not have to provide a proof of address document. So again, this is a requirement that is for me now because the automated validation process failed in this case. So I will do the same process. I will select the proof of address document, and then I will send it so our support team can review it for me. And the last step of this process is the W-9 form. What is this form? Why do I have to sign it? A W-9 form is a form that the IRS issued for those US residents that are get paid by a US company. It's just for us to collect the information, and then later on, this information will be used to file the taxes. And then will be used as well to issue a 1099 form, which is the form that is issued to US residents that are paid by a US corporation or US company. So how do I complete this form? To complete this form, I just need to click on the blue tab that says Complete W-9. And then the information will be already pre-filled based on the information that I added to my registration page. Everything is going to be there. I just need to confirm that the information is correct and that I need to type my name on the signature line that it's in yellow. To avoid any mistype or name mismatch, I'm going to make sure that I copy the name that it's under the first line, and I'm going to paste that name on the yellow line just to make sure that match exactly what the information that I had already provided. And then once I do that, I click on submit. And that's it. My document will be submitted, and then I don't have to provide any additional information. So now what will happen is that from Vitalpay side, on the support side, our team will log in into our dashboard and we validate those documents. What do we do with those documents? We make sure that the documents match exactly the information that you have already added to your Vitalpay profiles. If you submitted driver license, we are going to make sure that the driver license contains your legal name, the date of birth is correct, and it's a valid document. So in this case, the document will be validated, and then you will receive an email saying, okay, your document has been validated, and now you have full access to your Vitalpay account. So now that I have access to my Vitalpay account, I can withdraw my funds. How do I do that? To withdraw the funds, then you are going to click on withdraw funds, and then it will give you all the available options for you to transfer the funds. In the case of US, I can transfer the funds to my bank account. Let's say I have a bank account with Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, whatever the bank is. I need to select, the first time that I'm going to transfer, I need to select the option bank account because I need to add my banking information first. So later on, I can continue transferring funds to my bank account. How do I add my bank account? You click on the bank account option, and you need to provide the banking details. Account nickname, that's the first information that you will have to submit. And what is this? Account nickname could be anything. It could be a word, it could be a sentence, it could be a phrase, anything that you want to add. And what is this used for? As you are able to add multiple accounts, the nickname is a way to easily identify to which account you want to transfer funds. Let's say that you have multiple accounts, or you have accounts that are overseas, that let's say you have an account in Canada. I can say, okay, my US account or my USD account. And then when I'm adding my Canadian bank account, I can say my CAD account. That way, the nickname helps me identify to which account I want to transfer funds to. That's what the nickname is used for. And then I continue adding my banking details. Bank country, it's going to be United States. And then in the case of United States, I'm going to add my routing number and account number. Here we show you an example of a voided check, so you can easily identify where that information is on the check. If you have a bank statement, well, that information will be provided on the bank statement. And ultimately, if you don't have that, you can call your bank or go to your online bank account, and you will be able to find that information. So once you enter the routing number, let's say that you enter this routing number, the system will automatically recognize to which bank that routing number belongs to. If you do not receive this confirmation automatically, that means that the routing number that you're entering, it's not correct. So it is important to always make sure that we have the correct banking details, because if we add information that is not correct, our transaction might be rejected, which will cause not only delays for me to get the money, but also there are failed failed transfer fees that I will have to pay for. Okay, so after I add my routing number, I will go ahead and add my bank account number. And then I have to select my account type, if it's a checking or savings account. For those that add businesses to their account, they will have a drop-down menu. And here they can select either if this is a personal account or if this is a business account. And then you will continue. As you notice, once I added the routing number, not only show me the bank right here, but also it will automatically fill the bank name and branch address fields. Here I have my name that I won't be able to change because within Vitalpay, you can only transfer funds to an account that belongs to you. Unfortunately, from my Vitalpay account, I can't send money to Danielle. I can only send money to an account that it's under my name, regardless of the country that I have that bank account at. And here I'm going to add the address. Which address I'm going to add here is basically the address that I have registered with my bank when I open my bank account. And at the bottom, I do have this option that says set as automatic transfer. What that means? That means that if I select this option, the system will initiate a transfer to my bank account every time that I get paid. So after I add my bank information and I validate my account, the next time that I get paid, if I select this option, then the system will transfer the funds automatically to my bank account and I don't have to even log in to my Vitalpay account. So once I do that, I click on continue. And if I'm missing any information, then I will get a message in red on the top of the page. In this case, for example, it says the bank profile with the name account number already exists in your e-wallet. What that means that I already added this bank account. So if you already added the account, you won't be able to add it again, even if it's deleted. So it's important that if, let's say, you added a bank account, but the information that you provided is not correct, don't try to delete that bank account. Try to edit that information, because if you delete the account, then you won't be able to add it again. You will need to contact our support team so they can help you restore the previous account. So here, let's say I can use a different account number, and then I will try again. Then I have the next step, which is verify that all the information that I'm providing is correct. And then I authorize Vital Health, and here I have the transaction PIN. If you remember, the transaction PIN we just created within the registration process is 4 to 6 digits. And then here I have to add the transaction PIN and click on finish. Once I do that, that's it. My bank account will be already added to my Vitalpay account, and now I'm ready to transfer the funds to my bank account. To transfer the funds to my bank account, I will go ahead and go back to the home page. And once I go back to the home page, I'll be able to see, click withdraw funds, and my account is already ready for me to transfer. And to transfer, I click on select. And once I click on select, I will see the options available for me to transfer the funds. And this is about speed of transfer. I have two options if I'm talking about a US bank transfer. I can do a next day ACH, that I have to do it before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me to receive that money tomorrow in my bank account. And the transfer fee is going to be 50 cents. Or I can do real-time ACH deposit. That deposit will only take a few minutes for me to receive in my bank account and has no restrictions, no cutoff time. I can do it 24/7 regardless of the day of the week, including weekends, holidays. So yes, I have to pay a premium fee of $2, but then I have the money in my bank account within minutes. Regardless of the amount, it doesn't matter. I may transfer $8 or 10,000, and I will get the fee of $2 for that bank transfer. Let's say I select real-time deposit to my bank account. I then click on the authorizations actions. Again, I have to add my transaction PIN, and then I click on continue. Once I do that, then I have the option to go back and make changes, or I click on transfer now to complete my transfer. And that's it. Once I click transfer now, then my transfer will be processed and I will receive the funds within minutes in my bank account if I selected a real-time payment. If I selected a next day ACH, then I expect to receive those funds tomorrow in my bank account. Okay, so that's it. That's how I add my bank account and I transfer funds to my bank. Let's say that I want to transfer to a Canada bank account. The process is very similar. I click on bank account option, but then instead of the bank country US, I'm going to select Canada. So I select Canada, and then I have to select the currency. In Canada, I have bank accounts in Canadian dollars, but I also have bank accounts in USD. That's why here I can select the currency as well. I select Canadian dollars, and then I will see what are the requirements for me to transfer funds to Canada. In the case of Canada, I need to add a SWIFT code, transit number, a financial institution number, and then the account number. Again, all that information is available. If I contact my bank, the SWIFT code is that online. You can find it online as well. And the financial institution and account number, you can also find them in your bank statements. If you have any doubts about the information, you're not sure if that information is correct, we always recommend to contact your bank directly just to make sure that you have the right banking details. And the process stays the same. Once you add your bank account, then you can go ahead and transfer the funds. So what other options do you have available as well? You have a prepaid card option. The prepaid card option, you can only send it to the country of residence. So if your account is registered in US, you can only ship the card to US. If it's registered within Canada, then you can only ship the card to Canada. It's a MasterCard, so you can use this MasterCard everywhere. Of course, that MasterCard is accepted. So what are the limitations for this card? You can get cash back on this prepaid card. It's not like your bank debit card, so you can go to markets like Publix, and you typically with your debit card you say I want cash back. You won't be able to do this with this prepaid card. If you want to put gas on your vehicle and you go to the gas station, you can do it, but you have to go with the cashier and then give them the prepaid card. You won't be able to use the prepaid card in the pump. Or if you want to make transactions using PayPal or Western Union on these online payment processors, you will not be able to use this prepaid card because it's not available for those type of transactions. Other than that, you can use it online. You can use it on physical stores. You can take funds out of the card using an ATM. Here within fees and limits, you can see all the limits related to the cards. There is a 2,500 daily ATM cash limit, and each transaction should be $700, $750. You cannot go over that amount. And then you have a monthly ATM cash limit and monthly low limit as well. And there are ATM withdrawals fees related to the prepaid card. So all these limits are available within your Vitalpay account. You can always check on them. And the price of the card is $7.95 sent via standard mail. If you want the card to send via express with the tracking number, then there's additional cost of $39.95. The price of the card includes a replacement for free. So let's say that I order my card today, I received it, but then I lost it. I can always contact a Vitalpay support team and ask them for a replacement, and then that replacement will be sent for free. So to go ahead and request the card, then you just need to go at the bottom, click on select, and then on the next page, you have to confirm the shipping address. And once you add that information along with your date of birth, your phone number, email address, you are going to select the delivery options. Here you can say standard 1 or 2 weeks, or then you can select express, which is 0 to 1 week and has a cost of $39.95. Once you select the delivery option, again, you do have the option to set up these prepaid card as your automatic transfer option. Of course, that's going to happen after you received and activate that card. And then you have to agree to the cardholder agreement and privacy policy, e-sign agreement, and enter your transaction PIN and continue to complete the card work. Once you receive the card, you can go back to the home page, click on prepaid card, and then under options, you are going to see the option to activate your prepaid card. Let's continue with the withdrawal options available. Another withdrawal option available is the paper check. To order a paper check, which of course, given the different options that we have, we don't recommend this option because not only takes longer, but the check can be lost in the mail, but it's there for those who prefer these options. It's so you select the check option, you add your shipping address, and then you select as well the delivery option that you have. Once you select the delivery option, you click on continue, and then you complete the check order. And lastly, we have Bitcoin. Bitcoin option, it requires as well a proof of address document. So if you have not provided the proof of address, once you click on Bitcoin, you will see the requirement right there. And then to complete the Bitcoin transaction, you need to click on the crypto wallet provider. If you do not know what's your provider, it's not a problem. The last option on this list is other, so you can always select other. Right now, we only have Bitcoin available, but it's on our roadmap. We will be launching stable coins transfers soon. We'll have USDC and USDT, so we'll make sure to make the announcement so you all know once it's ready for you to use. And then here we have to enter the crypto address. So it is important that everyone is aware that you cannot use a share Bitcoin address. If you're going to transfer funds to your Bitcoin, it has to be to your own Bitcoin wallet. Because let's say I add this wallet today and tomorrow Danielle tries to add it as well, the system will block that immediately and will tell Danielle, okay, that Bitcoin wallet has been already used. So it is important not to share this information as well. And then once you add the Bitcoin wallet, then you have to click all the transaction authorizations, enter your transaction PIN, and click and continue. And that's it. You will be able to complete the Bitcoin transfer within your account. Those are the available withdrawal options for you to transfer the funds. What else can I do within my Vitalpay account? If I click on my account, I will be able to see my account information. If I enter my transaction PIN, I will be able to change, let's say I moved recently, then I'll be able to change my address. And I will be able to update my phone number as well. If I need to update any other information, you should contact directly our support team, and then they will provide you instructions depending on what information you want to update and what will be the requirements. Here you also see the notification about the TIN matching. What is TIN matching? Basically, this is a process that we provide. Then we collect initially your information, social security number, or EIN if you own a business, and then we'll match that information that you have provided to us with the IRS records. That's what we call TIN matching. The team matching initially, it takes some time for us to complete it. And once we complete it, we typically do it within 7 to 10 days. There's also an expedited process if you want to opt for that process. And once we do this process, we'll display here the status of your team matching validation. In this case, it failed, then it tells me that the information that I provided doesn't match the IRS records. So I will have to update my information so we can rerun again this team matching process. The team matching will not prevent you from transferring the funds out of your Vitalpay account. That also tells you that your account is not in compliance because before the end of the year, you should be able to resolve this issue. Otherwise, then you're gonna have issues when not only your 1099 will have the incorrect information, but also Vitahouse will have to file taxes with your information, and then we'll need to correct that. Also, at the bottom of the page, you will see your transaction limits and then the commission report. So basically, year to date, you'll be able to see how much you have received in commissions within your Vitalpay account. And right here, we'll display your 1099 form as well at the beginning of the following year. Of course, you are going to get a notification via email once your tax form is ready and you're able to download that tax form from your Vitalpay account. So under settings, okay, I'm sorry. I have to log in again because it expired. Under settings, I will be able to reset my password or my transaction PIN. Let's say that I'm trying to transfer funds out of my account, but I don't remember my transaction PIN. I can always go to settings, and then if I click here, I will receive an email with instructions on how to reset my transaction PIN. It is important that you remember that to reset your transaction PIN, you must remember the answers to the security questions that you already set up. So what else do I have here? I have the automatic transfer options, and I can actually remove the option or I can change the settings of this option. Let's say that I do not want this option to be every commission payout, or I don't want it at all. If I do not want it, I can click on remove option, and then the option will be automatically removed from my account. And now to transfer the funds, I have to actually log in and initiate the transfer manually. Or if I want to set it up because I didn't do it initially, I can go here and then click on get started. And here it tells me, okay, which accounts you want to select. And I can say, okay, you know what? I want to send 50% of my payout to my bank account. And I want the other 50% of my commission to be sent to the other bank account. Since I have two accounts, I can split my commissions. I have to select 50% goes to my Chase account and 50% goes to my Bancolombia account. Okay, so here it will tell me, okay, what else do you want to do? Oh, I want to select the frequency of this option. I do not want it every commission payout. Okay, here you have other options. I want it every first day of the month, or I want it weekly or bi-weekly, I have multiple options for me to select. I just need to enter the transaction PIN and click on set as automatic transfer option. And that's it. My automatic transfer option will be set up. Now, support. If I click on the support tab, I will be able to see the frequently asked questions. If I click on FAQ as well, it gives me multiple options for me to review, like login, password, how to add bank accounts, transfer funds, the payouts. I can always also click on contact us, and then you will be able to see our email address, and you have our phone number listed, or you can chat directly with our customer support team. The chat option is at the bottom of the page. Once you click on it, you will be able to select the language of your choice, and then you click on continue, and then you can chat live with one of our agents. Now here I have some of the numbers for you. So right here, we have this flyer that we're going to be, of course, sharing with everyone. It's our main line for US and Canada, which is toll free, is the 866-844-5682. Then we also have a toll-free number for Mexico, if for all those Mexico distributors that would like to call us directly, which is the 5597-209972. As I mentioned, our email address for our support team is vitalpay@globalywallet.com. And then we have also WhatsApp business available for chats. So you can also chat with our team, that it's available from Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. This information is going to be available. I'm pretty sure Danielle will share with you as well, so you can have it. I think that's it for now. And I think, Danielle, if you think we can open the floor for any questions.
Yeah, Darlene, first of all, thank you so much. That was an amazing training, very detailed. We truly, truly appreciate it. We do have a question. Is there a way to view this on a mobile view at this moment, or no? If
Right now, we are working to redesign the UI and UX, the user interface. And so our design team, our product team is working on a more modern look and feel of the application, and it's going to be mobile friendly, the website. For now, we do recommend them, if you're going to use it in a mobile, then we recommend to download the Now Wallet app, which is our mobile app. So you can go to the App Store or Google Store and download our app. The only thing that they need to do is, once they download the app, they can enter the merchant code, which is the same code, and it's a one-time code for everyone, 649297. And once they enter the merchant code, the only information that they will have to add is the username and password. And there, they will have all the functionalities that they have on the website, but now in the mobile. And once we launch these new features, functionalities, and the new user interface, of course, we're going to make a big announcement and provide brochures. Then it's going to be also mobile friendly, our website.
All right, sounds great. Thank you so much. There was a question about the automatic withdrawal, being able to turn it off. I know you went over that. So this is being recorded. We're going to be sending this out so you can review that again. And I do want to show, let me see if there's any questions before I show a couple of things really quick. So somebody mentions if they're living in their parents' house and utilities come in their name, can they use those utility bills as proof of address?
Unfortunately not. The proof of address is not a requirement, as I mentioned, for everyone. It's just an exception, either because you failed the validation, the automatic validation, or because you want to do a Bitcoin transfer, and then the proof of address is required. But we can accept any type of document with your name. By that, I mean, like, if you have a credit card in your name, you can send us a credit card statement, then we'll accept that. If you have your insurance document sent via mail and you have that under your name, you can also send us a copy of that. And ultimately, if you don't have any documentation, you can go to a notary and have a notarized statement that you leave in that address, and we'll be able to accept that as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. One more question, and that is, in the section with the ID, what about persons living outside of the US, such as the Caribbean? What documents will they need for the ID?
In the case of any other country, it basically depends on each country. Let's say in the Caribbean, if you're living in Jamaica, then we'll ask for a passport or a Jamaican national ID. So it basically depends on every country. If you provide a passport, it does not matter what country, it's always acceptable, regardless of the country that you're at. But then if you provide a national ID, it should be a national ID of your residence country.
Okay, thank you so much. I do see a couple other questions. If there's been any issues that you haven't been able to resolve, please reach out to the customer service at Vitalpay. They do an amazing job. If you still need some help, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you guys out. And then I do want to share something really quick, and we'll see. And yes, this is being recorded. We're going to be sending that out as well. And if more questions come in, great, we'll get to those. But I want to show something very quickly, which is how do you begin this whole process with Vitalpay? You first need to fill out a form. And once you fill out that form, you're going to get some credentials. So let me show you where that form is on our website. And I'm just going to go into, if you can help me share, Luisana. Perfect. So I'm just going to share really quick this page. You should be seeing right now the Vital Health. This is right when you log into your back office. This button right here is where you begin the whole process. So you're going to click this and you're going to fill out the form. You can choose English or Spanish. In this case, it's already on English. And you just go ahead and fill this out, press submit, and you will be receiving an email within 24 hours. And let me just go ahead and stop share really quick, and I'm going to tell you what email address that's going to come from. That will be coming from, I've got it right here, notifications@ipayout.com. So within 24 hours, you should get that email with your credentials. Then you'll need to log in and you can reset your password and you can go from there and do the whole process that Delaney's just explained. Then, really, really important, once you have everything set up with iPayout, with Vitalpay, once you have everything set up at that moment, then you can do your withdrawals. And it's important that you do your withdrawal. So generally we get paid on a Wednesday. We pay out on Wednesdays. So, and sometimes it's Tuesday, but I believe it's generally Wednesday. So between Wednesday and between Thursday before 4 p.m. Pacific time, to make sure you do it on time, important to do your withdrawal in that time frame. And then you'll get your payout according to, generally it's on a Friday. If it's real time, I guess it could be sooner. But that's really important because if you wait till after 4 p.m. on Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, then you would have to wait until the next Friday to be able to get that payout. And if you get paid again on Wednesday, in between that time, you wouldn't be able to make another withdrawal at this time. That's the way the system currently works. So again, very important that if you're going to make a withdrawal, do it on Wednesday or Thursday before 4 p.m. Pacific time. And that way you've captured all your most recent earnings and you'll get paid on Friday. That's when we send the payouts out. So let's see if there's any other questions. And it says, is there an instant same day withdrawal payout?
Yes, there is. As I mentioned, is the real-time payment option. It's basically once you add your bank account, you will see it available. If it's a US transfer, then you click on select your bank account, and this is the option. Real-time ACH deposit. That's instant. You will get it within a few minutes within your bank account.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eileen. I really, really appreciate your help today. You've done an amazing job. I think that's all the questions we have for today. So thank you everybody for participating and for attending this training. It will be shared. We're going to be sending it out through our channels, potentially through email. I don't know exactly which way yet, but we will be sending it out to everybody so that you all have it. And all of you have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you everyone for attending. Have a good day.